Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I've got a few stories for you in this video. We'll be beginning with this one. 325.2 million XRP moved by Ripple and Binance, while biggest on-demand liquidity partner faces regulatory issues. I also have this from CryptoComes.com. XRP community invited to upvote important proposal. XRP may receive its own font icon. So much Ripple and XRP related news out over the last 24 hours. It's just been freaking absurd. I can't cover it all. I'm not kidding you. It is too much. If I were to cover it, it's like, here's something that happened. I don't have time to explain it. I could cover it in that way. That wouldn't do anything for you, though. And then there's this, which I found interesting. Analysts, Microsoft and Apple will buy Bitcoin within next year. So that's a fun opinion. Tell you what, I wouldn't hate that. I definitely would not hate that. Because that type of thing, if that spurs the market, I know that altcoins are simply following the price action of Bitcoin. So what's good for Bitcoin today, I think, is probably good for XRP. I do want to be clear that I do not have a financial background. I am not offering financial advice of any kind, and so you absolutely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. Before we go any further, if you would please delicately tap the like button, I would appreciate the support. And I also recommend that you treat yourself, girl, by subscribing to the Moon Lambo channel, which is the Moon Lamboist channel on all of the YouTubes. I don't know what the hell that means, but it's probably true. All right, XRPL Monitor has tweeted that over the past 24 hours, among XRP transactions spotted on the blockchain, there were 3 that carried a total of $83.1 million in the 4th largest cryptocurrency. So then there's a subheading, Ripple, Binance shift $83.1 million worth of XRP. The major XRP tracking bot spread the word about 3 lumps of XRP. I love that, man. Lumps of XRP. It's like, all right, I get the cut of their jib, but my gosh, who picks the word lumps? All right. Anyway, transfer by blockchain giants. The leading crypto exchange Binance wired a whopping 300 million XRP, and you can see there is the transaction right there on your screen, whatever device you are on. Ripple holds over half of all circulating XRP. Besides, a gargantuan amount of these coins are locked in the company's escrow vaults. On the first day of each month, Ripple releases 1 billion XRP, and later on the same day wires 800 million XRP back to be locked. And I still want to know, with CoinMarketCap and Live CoinWatch, nothing against them. In fact, Live CoinWatch in particular, I just happen to be a big fan of that website. But how the hell can they justify the way that they calculate what they're considering to be circulating supply? So a couple things. Once a cryptocurrency is issued, it's in circulation, right? Ripple did not create XRP, so once they got their XRP, that was the first transfer of that XRP outside of the issuer, the holdings of the issuer, and so it's in circulation at that point. And then you might be like, okay, but Matt, their XRP is in escrow, and that should not be included in the circulating supply. To which I say, okay, well, before it was in escrow, it still wasn't counted. And so you've got these websites like CoinMarketCap and Live CoinWatch, where I just have a pretty firm disagreement with them. It's like, are we going to go by the literal definition of words, or are we going to get all wishy-washy about it because it's not what we want them to be? It's just either it's been circulated once initially or it has not. So if they want to try and make a claim that Ripple is the issuer, fine, they'd be wrong on that front too. And so it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I'm telling you, the day that Ripple's XRP went into escrow, nothing changed on Live CoinWatch. It's still the same circulating supply according to them, or the same for CoinMarketCap. So it's just, I don't know. I'm just saying it really grinds my gears sometimes thinking about that. It's just completely illogical. And then the way that they use the term market cap and they've hijacked it to mean something that it doesn't actually mean. Tell you, man, get my biscuits all burnt up. Let's jump into this piece now. XRP community invited to upvote important proposal. XRP may receive its own font icon. Well, that sounds fun. Tell me a little bit more. We'd say Win, lead developer of XRPL Labs, tasked with developing and maintenance of XRP-based payment solutions, urged all soldiers of the XRP army to support an interesting proposal. Special icon for XRP. According to his recent tweet, Mr. Wind noticed that Font Awesome project that creates fonts for software applications is considering adding a special icon for the XRP coin. If the proposal passes, many programs may start displaying XRP in a more attractive way. And by the way, I had never heard any of this, so I'm not going to try and pretend like I know anything further about this, but it's interesting nonetheless. To request to add an XRP icon is featured by a number 13358 in the main development repository of the Font Awesome GitHub directory. At the moment, only two first cryptocurrencies by market capitalization, Bitcoin and Ethereum, are displayed under specific icons. The progress of upvoting/downvoting is tracked online by the community-driven the icon leaderboard displayed on the Font Awesome website. The XRP community seems to be very much keen on this novelty. At press time, the XRP icon proposal is ranked number 1 with 144 upvotes, leaving the gun and policeman proposals in the dust. So if this is something that interests you, you can apparently choose to participate if you want. I wonder if the Bitcoin maxi trolls are going to try and do something about it. They want to spread their misery all over the Webernets. Like that's what their mission is. And you can always tell when they're creeping up because it starts to like you can smell them come like it smells like sadness mixed with room temperature cottage cheese. And so what about Twitter? Well, some XRP army soldiers are guessing whether Twitter is considering adding an emoji for XRP token, and Ripple Inc. Twitter Inc., which is a weird way to write that, which is run by passionate Bitcoiner Jack Dorsey, has already released some crypto-related emojis. I don't know, maybe it'll happen. Is it actually going to happen anytime soon, though? I don't know, maybe. I'd like for it to happen. That'd be pretty damn cool. I mean, to see the damn Bitcoin logo all over when people type that all over the Twitters, I would love for XRP to have a nice little X there. That'd be cool stuff. And now this piece. Analyst Microsoft and Apple will buy Bitcoin within next years. Well, we shall see. And I'll tell you what, I know what I hate, and I don't hate this. In a new edition of the Real Vision program called The End of Monetary and Fiscal Policy as We Know It, Raoul Pal predicts an increase in Bitcoin adoption. The analyst and former hedge fund manager for Goldman Sachs has been bullish about the cryptocurrency, especially after the announcement by PayPal about the introduction of Bitcoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Ethereum to its services. Now, PayPal called Bitcoin the lifeboat that will allow big corporations. I'm sorry, I said PayPal. I meant to say Pal, his last name. I was thinking PayPal. I'm going to start that sentence over. Pal, as in Raoul Pal. I'm probably saying his name. Raoul Pal. I don't know, names are hard, dude. He has cited Bitcoin, or called Bitcoin the lifeboat that will allow big corporations and individuals to get through the economic crisis caused by the pandemic. The analyst believes that the current situation is similar to the crisis of 2008, referring to the policies that the U.S. Federal Reserve has had to implement to stimulate the economy at the expense of the dollar. And in the last 2 months, companies like Square and MicroStrategy have announced large purchases of Bitcoin, part of a strategy to protect against a dollar devaluation. Powell believes the trend will continue. And by the way, don't you think at some point, because look at how these companies are, like the reasons these companies are doing it, they're just basically treasury reserves for these particular companies. Don't you think at some point, given that there's going to be multiple winners in the space, if that's the purpose of it, don't you think that they'll diversify into other cryptocurrencies for the same reason? Perhaps XRP? Anyway, piece continues. Therefore, he expects to see companies like Microsoft and Apple implement a similar strategy. And here's a quote. Nothing is a reserve asset like Bitcoin. Literally nothing. Not even gold. It is truly extraordinary, and it's so innovative we have no idea where it's going. And when we talk about Bitcoin, we can also look at the other parts of the digital asset ecosystem. That is not going away. The genie is out of the bottle. Ethereum is not going away. Digital assets, tokenization, it's all coming. And it's all going to slot into these new digital currencies brought by the central banks. Yeah, I mostly agree with that. I mean, as far as the long-term winners, hard to know for sure. I mean, even if smart contracts become ridiculously popular, will Ethereum be the winner because it was the first for that particular use case? Will it be able to scale? Because if it can't ever scale, then if utility ends up mattering, and it's going to have to at some point, well, then it's no. Then Ethereum does go away. If not literally, then it would be decimated in terms of its position, in terms of market cap, which, again, I'm not predicting. I don't know how all of this is going to play out. But I'm more open-minded. Like, for me, it really is all about utility. And so, like, I recognize, like, in theory, like, things could certainly go horrendous for XRP too, but that's why I'm looking at what's happening today. I can't know what's going to happen in the future, but XRP is getting used, and I think that's of tremendous importance for the long term, and that's why I'm happy to invest in XRP. That's the reason I am Mr. XRP Bull. It's the reason I'm so damn optimistic here. But Paul has been commenting on this in Real Vision and via his Twitter account. One of the catalysts for Bitcoin's adoption, in conjunction with the crisis, will be the launch of central bank digital currencies. Unlike other analysts, Paul believes that the functioning and characteristics of central bank digital currencies will make them lose value against hard assets. And here's another quote. Fiat globally will be worth less versus hard assets. And that means that gold, and in particular Bitcoin, will become the way to circumvent the system of ever lower value. It also creates incentive systems for other nations to opt into a hard currency system to attract capital. And so that really gets into the whole topic of monetary policy, and that's true because even when central bank digital currencies are launched en masse, and there's been one launched recently, the Bahamas, they're the first country ever to launch a central bank digital currency. It's the only one in the world at this point, actually. I think there's going to be a ton in the future, though. And it's not like because this is new technology compared to the way that money's moved around in the past, it's not the case that the monetary policy that underlies it is changing. No. That terrible monetary policy, debasing fiat currencies, endless printing, market cap infinity, none of that's changing. And so when you talk about the idea of losing value against quote-unquote hard assets, that's been happening, and it's going to continue to happen. But governments the world over, central banks, are not going to give up their financial sovereignty. So don't expect anytime soon that cryptocurrencies will be used in any sort of meaningful way in the place of fiat currencies. And not that it couldn't happen. I totally acknowledge that over a long period of time, that use case could grow organically, but technologically you have to get there, and then the volatility needs to go away, which will happen over time. I do firmly believe that, and there's evidence of that happening, but certainly not anytime soon. And so that's why it's always been interesting to me that although that was the first use case ever envisioned by a Bitcoin creator, Satoshi Nakamoto, just this idea of a peer-to-peer cash system, and maybe among the last use cases ever adopted in any sort of meaningful way. And then throw that on top of the fact that in the United States, every time if you use Bitcoin to actually purchase anything, which is a horrendous idea because it's slow and costly, on top of that, every single transaction is a taxable event because the United States doesn't view it as a currency. It's the same reason that you don't like use your Tesla stock to buy an overpriced coffee at Starbucks. It's a taxable event. I'm just saying. Anyway, that is it for this video, though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.